Can you spend a little time? Time is slipping away from us, so stay
Welcome
with
back
me,
into the
make
press
you
breakdown.
glad
We got
you
a guest on with us right now from TeamBarfinder.com, Dave Lamm. Dave, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
We're doing good. It's good to have you. We'll get straight to it. Your site is strictly kind of towards getting out to the fans where their particular team, I guess, could go and congregate and root on their favorite teams, right?
Yeah, I just recently launched it, probably within the past couple of weeks now. It's been an idea of mine that I'd had for a number of years, but had just finally put together the resources and then the database to be able to put together a website. And you're exactly right in the fact that it's a resource and it's a database in a website form that a fan of any team, whether it be professional or college, and obviously we're going to talk, Kentucky-based and Louisville-based teams tonight. But if you're a fan of any team in any sport, you can go to the website and you can say, I'm a fan of Louisville, and I'm going to be in Louisiana for the Final Four. I want to know where there's a bar that I can go that I'm going to feel welcomed, and I'm not going to have to worry about putting on my Cardinal jersey or my Cardinal hat, and I'm walking into enemy territory. You're going to be welcomed in by the amount of fans. And normally a lot of these bars are the bars that the local alumni chapters have designated as where they want to host their watch parties. So it's basically how to find a friendly place that you can go and cheer on your team, high five somebody who you don't even know, but they happen to be wearing the same hat as you.
Exactly. That's an awesome concept. When did you actually start this? Because I think we actually have Danielle here. Danielle told she's a UK fan, and she right before we called you, she said she actually used your site when she was up in New York. Is that right, Danielle?
I did, yeah, not for UK, because I was there for the UK game in New York against Kansas, but it was football season. I needed a Bengals bar. I used it. So
there you go.
I'm very thankful.
Well, yeah,
it was very useful because honestly, there's really no other place on the internet to find it, especially Bengals bars because are not a lot in New York, by the way. Surprise.
Well, New York City is kind of unique in the fact that it seems like there's a college bar for whatever college you can think of somewhere in New York City. I mean, New York City isn't very well known for their own college football, but when it comes to transplants and people wanting to watch their team in a team environment with other fans like themselves, there's every Saturday that entire island of Manhattan comes alive with different people from all different walks of life, all congregating in the same places, all to watch college football with their like-minded fans. But
it's true.
to answer your question, I actually came with this concept a few years ago. I went to graduate school at the University of Oklahoma, and this was a few years ago when Oklahoma was playing University of Florida in the national championship game, and I believe that was 2009 or 2008. I forget what year it was, but I was actually in Las Vegas. I was traveling for work, and unfortunately, I was traveling during the time that the BCS national championship game was going to be played. Got off the convention floor, only had about an hour and a half before I wanted to be able to take up, get to see kickoff. And so I didn't really have an opportunity to be able to search around on the internet and do Google searches for 25 minutes or whatever it was to be able to find a local bar in Las Vegas that was going to be friendly to Sooner fans. So I actually ended up ordering room service and, watching it in my room because I didn't necessarily know if I was going to be able to get a seat in a sports book downstairs or any of that kind of stuff. So, that's kind of like where the light bulb went on for me. And I was like, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be some sort of a resource out there where you can just say, hey, I'm a Sooners fan. I'm in Las Vegas. Just, show me where there's a bar where I can go and congregate with those like-minded type people. So that's how the concept started. It's been a few years in the works of getting it off the ground, and we just recently launched it. So, we're up and running.
That's good stuff. Again, we have Dave Lamm from TeamBarfinder.com. Obviously, we're talking to you for a reason. We got UK, UVille. They're both in the Final Four down in New Orleans. Where can the Louisville fans go? What bar would they hit to mingle?
Well, the one Louisville bar that is going to be very friendly to Cardinals fans is called Pete's Pub. It's located at 444 St. Charles Avenue in New Orleans. And during the NCAA Final Four, Pete's Pub is going to be converted to look much like Molly Malone's back in Louisville. There's going to be decorations and artifacts and other kinds of things from Molly Malone are going to be put on loan out there at Pete's Pub in New Orleans. So it's going to really, really make Louisville Cardinal fans feel right at home in the fact that not only will they have a bar to congregate, but it's also going to be a little taste of home from Molly Malone's back in Louisville.
For sure, that's good stuff. So for the Louisville fans, again, Pete's Pub on 4044 St. Charles Avenue. Now, for the UK fans, I believe you told me there were 2 bars.
Correct. There's 2 Kentucky bars in New Orleans. One is called Walk-Ons, and that's at 1009, and it's Poydras Street in New Orleans. And this is actually one of the preferred locations to watch the Kentucky games during the SEC basketball tournament. So I'm assuming that it's going to be another UK cat-friendly bar during the Final Four, naturally. And then, of course, down in the French Quarter down on Bourbon Street, Cat's Meow is a popular place for UK fans as well, and that's at 701 Bourbon Street in New Orleans. So obviously, UK fans have targeted that place, obviously because it's called Cat's Meow, and naturally the natural tie-in with the Wildcats.
That's good stuff. For the Kentucky fans, got 2 bars, and for the Louisville fans, there's going to be a lot of them traveling down as we speak right now. Dave, you're probably an Oklahoma fan, but who do you think's going to win this game if you have any kind of interest?
Well, I mean, now that all my brackets are completely busted.
Oh yeah, as always.
I actually don't want to make the Louisville fans upset, but I would have to say, just UK just looks unstoppable. I mean, they really, really do. From all the games that I've seen, not only from the conference tournament, but also into the NCAA tournament, they really, really look like they have the fewest weaknesses, if any at all. So, unfortunately, Louisville fans, I think the magical run is going to end this Saturday.
That's good stuff. So, Dave, we appreciate you coming on. Check Dave Lamm out again on TeamBarFinder.com. You can get on there and basically any type of team, your favorite team. You can find out where all your local fans are if you're out of town, like the UK and U of L are down in New Orleans. Check them out. It's TeamBarFinder.com. Dave, we appreciate you coming on. All
right, and one last thing, I would encourage the fans. Obviously, we focused a little bit on Louisville and Kentucky. But obviously, if there's fans, much like, the earlier mentioned Bengals fans, or if you're a fan of any of the other professional sports teams, go on there. And if we don't have it loaded into our database, like I said, we're just recently newly started up. Make the suggestion. If you know that there's a bar down the street that's friendly to a particular team's fan base, send us an email and make the suggestion, and then we'll load it in. And that way you kind of pay it forward to the other fans, not only just UK and U of L, but any sports fans.
All right, yeah, that works. So again, Dave Lamm from TeamBarFinder.com. I'm sure a lot of people will be getting on there now and checking them out, heading down south for the Final Four.
All right, excellent. Thanks, guys, for having me on.
Oh, anytime. Have a good night.
Thank you.